Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just the guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? Let's take a look at what is going on today. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Hi, Julie. Welcome, my friend. Moobaloo, Gibber. Hello. Guys, really quick before I get to the rest of the hellos, guys, new DD from user A Tobit. We did the everything short. It's his DD. I don't want to take a single ounce of credit for this. His DD was the everything short as well, all him. And so A Tobit right here did fan freaking tastic with just solid DD every single time, just so much research, and it's no wonder if you I don't know if anybody's seen this post. So we were recording this super late last night, and then we just were like, let's just post it, like let's just get it out there as quickly as possible. And that's what we did. So we posted this. I think the video went live at like midnight or 12:30 or something central. So it was super late. But if you guys have not seen this post, you guys need to look at this post. You guys need to upvote this post. If you have your free award, if you have an award, maybe give it to him. I don't even know. I need this vote. I mean, this thing to be like trending, because we need a lot of what is the word? Transparency here. We need a lot of people to see this. We need the right person to see this, or the right people to see this. Because if the right people see this, then, excuse me, then holy smokes, like this is how change happens. You know, change, it's always usually a little bit slow, but it is, but we need to start taking those steps, because whenever push comes to shove, we don't want anything standing in our way for anything. Even if it's not for like the squeeze or anything, you know, this stuff is just not right. These guys shouldn't be getting away with this. And unfortunately, it just goes on and on. So it goes on and on. I highly recommend reading the DD. Again, make sure you guys are upvoting this. We need to get this trending. We need people to see this. Okay. If you don't feel like reading all of it, or if you read it, this is why I started. Honestly, this is why I first brought A Tobit, aka Austin, onto the show, because his DD, the everything short, it sounded interesting, right? It was like, okay, there's something here, but I don't know what it is. So I was like, why don't you come on the show and walk me through it? And just in case anyone else does not understand, we can really try to understand this together. And that's why I brought him on. And holy smokes, like I read this stuff and I don't even understand what is going on, you know? But he explains it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, are you kidding? It's almost, it's ridiculous. It is frustrating, to say the least. So I just wanted to bring that up there. Ridiculous. I do have a video if it's hard, but it's a long video, guys. It's an hour and a half. It's like a movie, without any action, but there's a lot of verbal action. It's like The Social Network or something. It's just crazy. Yes, I saw that here. He has the link right here, I believe, to the video. So very cool. You know, we I don't know what to say. What a cool guy. Like he wanted to make sure you guys would all be able to understand and get a video version if you want it. Just so cool, man. Just like such a cool guy. So let's take a look at AMC, Gamestop, see what's going on. We'll jump back to the DD just a little bit. It is, Gibber says, Secretary of Treasury is corrupt. Senate, yeah. I mean, like, there's some. The scariest part for me is, like, I don't know if they're all friends, but they almost have, like, I don't know if they have, like, an unspoken bond. You know what I mean? There are certain things, like, you know, if people weren't, like, sororities or like fraternities, like even if they were in separate ones, there's almost like a bond there. Or I think an easier example of like people riding like motorcycles, right? People, if someone's riding a motorcycle and another person is riding a motorcycle, if you look at those two, they always like nod at each other, give each other a wave. It's like this weird like brotherhood of motorcycle riders. And I know that's a little weird and maybe it's a little speculative, but I think that I worry that something like that is happening. Let's jump into AMC really quick, GameStop, and then we can hop back to it. So AMC down 0.57% in the pre-market. Okay, pretty good day yesterday. Not bad at all. I don't have the low, but the well, I guess in the morning, as we can see here, it just kind of dropped in the morning down to about 980, all the way down to, we'll say 973 about. So down, and then it had a good little run, had a very nice run. I don't know what incarnation just happened to my chart, and it had a nice little run right here all the way up to 1125. Holy smokes, I did not see that coming at all, and it just ran up. And then after that, bit of a consolidation, but you know what, end of the day pretty solid at $10.61, which is not bad. We've been stuck below $10 for a few days, or a day or two, however long it's been. And I'm so happy to finally be back where we were. Okay. Excuse me. So great stuff. So hyped up. Good morning, animal. Man, I'm getting spam calls at first thing in the morning. I don't know what incarnation happened with this 15-day MA. This looks like some kind of weird glitch. This thing is just hopping around. I'm sorry that my screen is just jumping around. I don't know. Oh, it just corrected itself. Okay, some weird things happening with Webull this morning, but that's okay. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look at GameStop. I don't know who was here for the morning show yesterday. I think probably a good amount of you were. And we saw one of the most unfortunate things that I try to warn people about. And it's just unfortunate how people, maybe it's me, how if you think a way, you think that everyone else thinks like the way you think. And I'm afraid, something like that. But look at how this was, okay? Very smooth, except for this part. Very smooth. Maybe it's the 1 minute chart, 1 minute candles messing me up. So except for this part, smooth, movement. Even though it was up and down, it was all very normal. I feel like the morning is typically the most volatile part of the day, like the early morning, because you don't know what's really going to happen. I can't really speculate on like people's thought processes, but I have noticed that the morning is usually, if you're going to see some crazy, a lot of action, unless there's a news catalyst in the middle of the day, it's usually like the morning is usually kind of crazy. So anyways, so we saw yesterday morning, for those of you who weren't here, let me walk you through what happened. We had a person in here who, was here, saw these like 1 minute candles, just 1 minute candles going down. And this person literally in the chat was freaking out, like spamming, and said that they sold here at like 166 or 160, 5 or whatever it was. They sold all the way down here. And then because they got scared. So now, and then what happened? Look, run, a huge run. And it was just, I was like, I told him, I explained it to him. I said, dude, be careful with that. Who buys up here and sells down here? You have to be super careful with this stuff. It was just so ridiculous, but nevertheless, not a bad day for GameStop. And we've seen this, right? We've seen this. Let's go back a little bit. Let's look at maybe the 5-day. Yeah. So 5-day, we've been around this range right here. Okay. Excuse me. Obviously this morning we had a huge just drop, but yes, paper hands are unfortunate. Paper hands are expensive, more expensive than diamond hands, in my opinion. But that's that. The irony. Man, I'm going to put that on a shirt. Write that down. Paper hands are more expensive than diamond hands. Huh. Did you I do not unsub anybody, so I don't know. I don't think I can make anybody be unsubbed from me. So, James, I'm not sure, my friend. That's weird. So anyway, we've been consolidating around here, guys. Not bad at all. You know, I'll take this. Had a little bit of a dip, and now this level of support is the level of resistance. Okay. And this is what we're going to be looking for. And so we've been very close here around this, you know, $200 range, 180. And here and we had a false break here, came back down, another false break, came back down. So I'm curious what's going to happen here. Hopefully we do get a lot more just price action. I think it's too late to see the volume. I couldn't see the volume on the day. I'd have to do like a weird candle thing. That's pretty ugly, but hey, you know what? That is okay. Donna, welcome, Donna. You can just talk to me, my friend. Who this is? Are you talking about me? My name is Corey. Welcome to the channel. I'm happy to have you here. I do have a Twitter in the description. I do have a bunch of stuff in the description. So whatever you guys need, feel free to take a look. I'm more than happy to. Whatever you need, Donna. I'm here for you. Oh, thanks, AMC. AMC 801. Good name. I remember where I was in the Battle of 801. I was at my desk, and whenever I saw it was teetering, like, and then it dropped to 7, like 95 or 490 or whatever it is, 93, and then it dropped, and I was like, oh no, and then it like rallied last second, 801, just above 801, and I lost it. I freaking lost it. Hey, no problem, Donna. Happy to help. I have owned shares in a company since 1984. That's probably older than Corey. You'd be right, James. You'd be right. Oh, thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. Donna likes my style. I cracked open a beer at 801. All right. So anyways, let me get back to this DD that is going on. I am very, very popular right now, but that is all right. Sorry, I keep looking at my Apple Watch. Let's go back to this DD really quick. I just want to drive this. Never forget the Battle of 801. Oh my gosh. Absolutely not. So, guys, this DD is just wild. It is absolutely wild. I don't use Facebook. I don't. Lewis, all they're saying is what does he mean by walking like a duck? It's like an expression. So it's like, if it looks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's probably a duck. And so that's what he means here. It's just a clever expression, and I like it. It kind of breaks up here's the deal. This post is like, he broke it down so freaking well, but at the same time, it's, you know, you can only break it down so much. You know, reading this stuff, if you try to read this stuff, like it sounds like it should make sense, right? And then but you don't it's hard to comprehend what they mean. And then there are things like, compliance with like trace reporting rules, and it's like, okay, well, what is trace? Like, and doesn't even matter. Do I need to know what it is? Do I even need to know what's going to happen? And so a lot of good stuff here. This was the funniest thing. Remuneration is probably the hardest word, because it doesn't make any, you know, if you think about it logically, you know, you want to say like remuneration, which makes sense, like numeration, like numbers, numer, and it's Muner. So my buddy Austin, he was this war. He did a good job, but it was funny to hear some of the outtakes a little bit. We just did it in one take, guys. It's long. I'm not gonna lie to you. We did the video. So hey, first things first. Let me just go back to this really quick. Make sure you guys thumbs up this freaking DD and share it. We need people to see what is happening. Okay. In the end, you can see a shout out to your boy right here. In the end, it is important for people to know like what is happening. This is I'm going to say is kind of a pretty serious accusation, and this is his opinion. He's calling him out, and he believes it. And you know what? After reading this, I don't know how you wouldn't believe it. They are clearly, they're clearly doing intentional behavior and calling it unintentional behavior, and it's right here, because they hide behind the veil of unintentional behavior when it is clearly messed up. Yes, Jibber. Yeah, you see remuneration. It makes sense. I've never heard of remuneration. Who would make up such a word? What is it, the language of origin? I was playing, but yes, guys, crazy DD, and he has all. I mean, it's long. It's long. I'm not gonna play, but it's unreal, unreal. Hey, look, dead pixel art. I love it. So here, find your elected official below and let them know. Let them know what's going on. And it's super important. And for anyone who has a hard time, super smooth brain like me, I need a video, and I made a video. He was cool enough. He came on. He walked me through it like I was a child, held my hand, and I love it. Without admitting or denying, yeah, Lewis read it. Ridiculous, ridiculous. Jack, I missed your question, my friend, but yes, I do have a large position in AMC. Absolutely, I do have a position in GameStop as well, and I feel good about both of them. With each thing, I'll say this: with each DD that comes out about Citadel, I want to hop more in and more in AMC and as well as GameStop. I feel like I want to increase my stake in GameStop because I feel very good about my stake in AMC. And you know what? If GameStop ever has a dip, if it dips, GameStop, I think I'd rather average down, even though I feel like averaging up would be not bad at all. I'd rather average down. I feel like I wouldn't be able to average down here, but I'd feel more comfortable getting in one of these crazy dips. So, you can set alerts in here, and I do have my alerts ready to go. I'm going to be waiting for some good price action. And I'm telling you guys, if it dips, I'd go nuts. I'd just buy more. Current pre-market price for GameStop is 187.76, we'll say, up 0.43% on the day. AMC is currently at $10.51, down 1% on the day, but hey, that is okay. I am perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, over 50 offenses, guys. If you've seen this, basically, just to give you like a super minute little snippet of this, okay? Hey, no problem, no fate. Good to see you too, buddy. So, a little snippet of what happened, guys. These guys are like doing these violations, right, over and over again. I saw the perfect. In the comments, there was a comment, and it said, basically, it's like, imagine robbing a bank and you only get slapped with a small fine. You don't go to jail, you don't do this, you don't do that. The only problem with getting caught is a small fine. And you're like, okay, well, you know what? If I try enough times and I'm able to rob this bank, and I only have to pay, $1,000 a time, I'll pay the fine all day, because all it takes is for me to do it right once. And I can do it. And this is different. This is like robbing an empty bank. You know what I mean? You just go in and, well, I guess there's a little bit of work involved, but a bank that doesn't give much resistance is what I'll say. And that's what these guys are doing. These guys keep doing it. There's no incentive for them to stop doing what they're doing and giving this unintentional behavior, just keep on. And basically it's literally, it seemed like just removing a little piece of, whether it's code or turning off a piece of the system or something, and just going through this like back door. And they don't do it all the time because that would be too obvious. But 14% of the time, it seems like they do it. And 14% of the time still could equate to billions of dollars. And that's all they need. It's a measured risk. For example, whenever you're, I don't know, we see it in these movies, right? You just scrape a little off the top so that no one notices. And it's almost like that's what they're doing. It's like, well, the majority of the time we do it, right? It's a B, we get a B for doing it well, but just ridiculous. Yes, 9 minutes until opening the bell. Yeah, it's like the bank's security guards are sleeping. It is, paying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys are getting it. It's just like paying a fraction of what you stole as punishment. It's like, okay, oh, you got us. You got $1 million, but you know what? Just go ahead and give us 100,000. It's not even proportionate to 100,000. It's like if you got $1 million, it's like paying like $1,000 or $10,000 or something. It's nothing. I would do it all day. If you wouldn't do it all day, then I wouldn't even blame you. Like, it's as messed up as it almost sounds. Like, why would they stop? What is their incentive to stop? And so that's the problem here. That's the gist of the issues. Anyways, too passionate. So take a look here. Let's take a look at the price action again. 9 minutes until the bell. I'm excited to see what is going to happen. So still so AMC still kind of teetering right here, kind of trading sideways. We can see no problem at all. Let's look at the 1 day candles and excuse me, get a little bit closer in here, a little choppy up here, just because the volume is typically pretty low this early in the morning, but no problem. We'll look at these candles over here and we can see about what is going on. This is at still $10.55 in the morning pre-market, no problemo. We will see what happens whenever that bell rings. Yeah, Webull, great point. What they're doing is a great business model if you take the ethics out of it. And it's true. Absolutely. It really is a fantastic business model. But Lewis, I completely agree. Lewis says they should give them time off the market. A couple months for a hedge fund would cost them billions. I agree. I think that there should be, and granted, I don't know what the implications of that, like, for example, if they affect any kind of trading on a larger scale of, I'm not sure exactly what that does, but yeah, it's ridiculous. And then listen to this one. You guys have some great points. I'm so freaking happy we're talking about this. Florix says, the rich get off so easy. If you would have done this, if I would have done what they're doing, I'd go straight to jail. I would be slapped with a fine that would not be proportionate to how much I made, and they would take me to jail probably. And it's frustrating. Like, you can't say it's not frustrating. But you know what? We can sit here and complain all day, but you know, the question is, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? So excuse me, I'm trying to share this video. I want, you know, if you want, share the video, let them know, send it to your, let me go back down here. Look, you can find your elected officials. You can send it to your elected officials. We got to make some noise. Just make a little bit of noise, and someone will have to answer. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Super J, I appreciate that. Super J says, I don't know how your channel isn't bigger yet. So hands down, one of the best. Thank you, Super J. I'm just grinding, my friend. I'm sure, you know, I'm just putting in the work, and if I get there, fantastic. If I don't, I'm just gonna keep going. And if I get there, I'm gonna keep going. So I guess I'm just, I'm having a good time. I freaking love talking about this. I love talking to you guys. And I like, you know, sure, I'm sitting here with him yesterday talking about this, right? For over an hour and a half, because obviously we didn't start recording immediately. And I think Webull, you should be able to download the video if you find a there's YouTube downloaders everywhere, so you can find that. But guys, like, I saw someone else say something that I wanted to say. Anyways, you guys see what's going on here. Excuse me. It's wild. It is just so wild. We'll see what happens. Let's go back to the charts. Let's get to the good stuff. Pre-market Gamestop at basically 0% right now, which is okay. I will take this. And in my opinion, guys, let's get back to this, because you know what? I also haven't checked in a few days. Or I guess a day or two. It would be the DTCC filings. All right. So still waiting on the good old 801. We're waiting. So personally, I'm hanging out. I'm like chilling. I'm having a good time. I'm sitting back. I'm very, very, very happy with my positions in both of the companies, for what I can do. I mean, here's the deal. If I could put in more, I 1000% would put in more in both companies personally. That's what I would do. This is not telling you what to do. This is not financial advice. I'm just saying, bro, like, I would. So right now, what I'm doing, I'm waiting. I'm gonna I'm just gonna hang out, have a good time, sit back and relax. If the price drops, cool. If it drops enough, I'm buying more. If it doesn't drop enough, I'm hanging out. And I'm gonna wait for these 801 to pass. 801 basically being the margin calls, guys. Those margin calls are going to mess these guys up. In my opinion, I think that's what's going to happen. And a lot of the DDers that I've spoken to, they seem to agree. So waiting on that one. As far as my expectation for GME and AMC today, from Mohammed is, I don't really know if I have a good prediction for today. I don't know which way the market's going to trade. Pre-market looks like a lot of companies are down pre-market. That could be an indicator. Oh, until you get down here, then we have a lot of green for pre-market. So I'm really not sure. But again, back to what I was saying before, I'm perfectly fine with it trading sideways. I'm perfectly fine with it dipping, and going up. But the hardest ones to hold are dipping and probably just dipping. And again, guys, I'm cool. No problem. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wait, going to hang out, and feel good. Feel good. We are a minute and a half from the bell, okay? Oh, it's going to be so great. Let's see what this post is doing. Okay, we're at 5.8K. Let's do a refresh. 6.3K. This is blowing up, guys. This has only been like 30 minutes or something, not even 30 minutes, and it's just blown up, and it's continuing to blow up. So this is great, and this is on the new Super Stonk subreddit. If anyone has not switched over, this is something. So this is where Atobit posted it at. Gamestop, there's some weird stuff going on, and we're just kind of taking a second. I just realized that my camera is in a weird spot and it's small, so let me fix that a little bit. There we go. All right, hopefully that's a little bit better for you guys. Fantastic. What's the link to the SEC? Okay, so this one is going to be, so it's what I do is I just Google DTCC filings, and it's the first link. That's just the easiest way I get there, because I don't want to type in all this stuff. I'll leave this up for you if you want the link right there. And it's pretty great. I said great. Oh my gosh. So Mohammed says, Corey, thanks for your valuable information as usual. Thanks for, hey, no problem, Mohammed. I really can't even take any credit, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, here's the deal. I love what Austin is doing, or Tobit, and I support him. I wholeheartedly support him. Also, keep a lookout for a possible announcement that I'm gonna make. Well, I'll let you guys know. Don't worry about it. I have to get approval first before I say something, but I'm gonna try to do something real cool for you guys, and yeah, so I'll just leave it at that. So let's see. So yes, I'm sorry, my friend. I hope you get that link, and if not, you can always pause the video, and that should do it for you. So yeah, so I don't know the exact process of this. I'm sure they have their I don't know if they have meetings or if they have to blah blah blah, but yeah, so this does need to get approval. We're just waiting on the process for approval. It could take, at the latest, in my opinion, the absolute latest, this is if it keeps getting appealed, and it doesn't work. I would say like 4 months. However, I feel very confident that they're going to try to continue to push this as fast as possible because they don't want to be bag holding. Okay. And the longer this takes, the deeper they get, especially if they're not covering, they will be, in my opinion, they'll be bag holding. So that's that. We are almost 2 minutes into the market. Let's see what is going on. Let's take a look at AMC really quick. AMC down 2.26% currently. We do have this candle is about to close. Let's see what this next candle does. Okay, a little bit of a dip, a small dip. And that's okay. Let's see. While we wait for this candle, let's take a look at what GameStop's been doing. GameStop, okay, a little bit of a rally here, I would say. And granted, keep in mind, guys, these are the 1 minute candles, so while it looks extremely exciting, it's nothing too crazy. So up 1% on the day, and if we just, well, I guess these are the 1 minute candles, so they look pretty wild, but no worries, guys. It's a little movement, but I'll take it. I'll take a little movement. I'll take it trading sideways. Again, I'll even take a dip because I'm not going anywhere. I'm not freaking leaving. And that's how I feel. If anybody's wondering, Trades is planning on streaming at about noon today. So I thought he was going to stream this morning, but that's all right. We will, I support that guy. That guy's pretty fantastic. Anyways, let's see. So GameStop still about up 0.50% on the day. Nothing too crazy. AMC taking a little bit of a dive, and that's a little dramatic. Just taking a little bit of a dip. Okay. And which is no problem. We had a pretty good day yesterday. We'll see if it kind of balances out. Let's look at the 5-day and see. I would not be surprised if we balanced out around here. Probably this, I would say $10 mark, 10.20, 10.30. Excuse me. I would not be surprised one bit if we do there. It looks like we have a good level of support there, a consistent level of support and, slightly a level of resistance. But, whenever we're over that, it seems to sit pretty well. And so I'm going to wait for that to continue to sit a little well. And granted, oh my gosh, let me drink some water. I'm sorry. Man. What a pain. So a little bit of a level of resistance, but look, this has been sitting solid, been sitting very, very well. And while it dipped, this was only 1 day, a 1 day dip, recovered very, very, very nicely. And so we'll see if it continues to respect that level of support. Let's look at the 1 day candles again, see what it's doing. So it's getting pretty close. Can I zoom out? Okay, that's okay. So I'm perfectly fine where this is. Granted, it's dipping just a little bit, but maybe it'll recover. I also wouldn't be surprised if it recovered to about 1050, 1040, and traded sideways for the day. I'd be fine with that. I'd be perfectly fine. Let's see. Wendy has a great question. So let's take a look at this. Wendy says, I'm a little confused about how DFVs or deep effing values, aka Roaring Kitty, aka Keith Gill, his call option works. When the squeeze comes, is he going to be able to sell? Is he going to be selling the contract? How does he have the capital to exercise it? Well, Wendy, Keith Gill, Roaring Kitty, deep effing value has been in this for since I think mid 2019 or something like that. He's been preaching the GameStop word for a very, very long time. And he's lost some money at the beginning, and now he's made so much money. He's at the point where whenever he was at the congressional hearing, it dipped to $50 from, four, or what was it at? For something or something like that. When it was at its high, he held. And throughout this time, he has had some options expire in the money. And so he's made millions, probably tens of millions. And now your question is he going to sell the contract? He could sell the contract. He absolutely could. But if he has a low enough, it depends what he thinks is going to happen. He could either sell the contract or he could exercise it. Yes, it'll cost a lot of money, or depending on where he got it in the money, but he could 100% exercise it if he has the capital, if he wants, especially if he thinks it's going to go up. Let's say it expires today, I don't think it does, but let's say it expired today, right? Frank, I would love to hear your opinion. If you would like to elaborate, that'd be fantastic. If he decided that he wanted to exercise his options, let's say today, he would probably rather purchase the shares, because if he thinks the stock is going to continue to go up, why just sell his contract? He could just buy the shares, and I think that would be pretty fantastic. Yeah, I agree totally. Perp Crayon says he will most likely execute if he has the capital, or since he has the capital. Yeah, and I agree with that 100%. He knows what's going to happen. Well, he believes he knows. No one 100% knows, but I see what you're saying. Yeah, he feels it's really going to squeeze and it's really going to run, and I think he'll continue to hold and buy his shares. So good for him. AMC, okay, a little bit of recovery. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, he has a $12 strike price. Yeah, I would be very, very, very surprised if he did not exercise his contract. Very surprised. Lewis says, I have emailed. Ooh, I've emailed my local MP and with a link to a Tobit's Walking Like a Duck DD. I suggest you all do the same. Ooh, very, very interesting. Yeah. Please make GME Moon, Corey. Here's the deal. I would love GME to Moon, but again, I am fully aware that this is a process. I'm going to wait for the process to unfold, and I'm going to let it continue to go. 1000%. Jason says, love the content, man. Hey, I appreciate that. Keep grinding. Always will. Please don't turn into a certain streamer and allow advertising to become more important, where you insert 10 ads per video. I'm with you 100%, Jason. The only thing is on YouTube, and maybe people don't know this, on YouTube, whenever you allow the ads, I don't think, or maybe I'm new, so I don't think you can choose how many ads you can put in the video, like if you can spread it to every X amount of minutes or what, but we'll see. Adrian says, would they take us seriously if we link a Reddit link? That's a good point. And there's a lot of, so Alexis Goldstein, who is in the she's in the congressional hearings. And I think it's super important that, so she's looking into this, right? And now I don't think she's like an elected official or anything, but I think, and she used to work in Wall Street. If you guys haven't seen her story, you should probably read it. It's super interesting. I covered it in my Alexis Goldstein AMA post or video, so I probably recommend watching it, because holy smokes, she's lived the life, the Wall Street life. But I think that she is kind of being a voice for us, and she's gonna do her best to share. And I think that's all we can really ask, you know. And you know, some people they'll if they get enough noise, they're like, okay, why are people posting this? And once they read it, I know it's hard. It's like okay, so I'm supposed to read this and like think it's okay, think it's good, but hopefully they see like the amount of likes it has, as well as the parts taken. Like, it's not like, here's the deal, if Austin went in and he looked at this stuff and he just if he didn't post any of the actual words, and he just said his own stuff, like in his own words, and kind of said, I think this is happening, blah, blah, blah. But no, he took a piece, and it's, in my opinion, it's super credible. He took this piece and he broke it down, and then he says, like, what does this mean? Then he took another piece, broke it down. How do these tie together? And it's, in my opinion, it's pretty concrete. Like, I think it's pretty solid, to the point where he could, and he mentioned this in the video, in our video that we made, that there are people like lawyers and upper people that are looking into this, or not, I don't know about this one specifically, but there are people who take him very, very seriously, and they should, because this guy's the real freaking deal. Absolutely. So that's my long-winded answer, per usual, but you asked for it. Jelani says, Your Honor, my man. Great to see your subs going up. Hey, thank you. Just grinding. All you can do. Okay, Wendy says, in cases like DFV where his calls are worth so much, do you think banks would let him take a loan to exercise it? I'm not sure about taking a loan to exercise it. I do strongly believe that he has the capital to exercise his contracts. As far as taking a loan, I think it depends on where you go. These days you can get like cash advance loans or whatever kind of loans that you can do. And so, theoretically, I don't think anyone would give him money to exercise it. I think he can afford it, but maybe if you find the right bank or something, if you present your case and they agree with you. But I think that GameStop is probably too volatile for any bank to really say yes to. So I don't really think that realistically anyone would give him money to do that. But interesting question, interesting thought. Jack says, I don't think people understand YouTube turns into a full-time job. You need ads for income. Everyone's quite happy to sit at home while people like Trey and Corey do a lot of work for free. Nope. Good point. And I'm not even doing this for free, guys. I mean, like I have a full-time job is what I'm saying. So it's definitely fun is what I'll say. Definitely a lot of fun. So like, for example, this morning I was supposed to do a DD at 7 a.m. Central. Unfortunately, that person wasn't able to make it. And then I was like, well, I'm already up. On top of that, last night, I didn't go to bed until 1 o'clock in the morning, essentially, because I was uploading, make sure the upload was good, recording. So today I woke up at 7. I've been up, getting dressed and everything, because right now in like 15 minutes, I'm going to have to go to work. I'm going to work all day. I'm going to come home. I'm going to stream until 9, maybe make a video after that and go to bed and do it all over again. So my entire day is like taken by this. And, if I get to the point where, you guys freaking love it and I'm huge and I might be able to do this full time, then that'd be crazy. But currently, yeah, definitely a lot of grinding, which is why I appreciate all the support, you guys hanging out with me and chatting with me. So it's fun. I'll say it, I have a good time. I'm not complaining one bit because I love it all. I love it all. And I have a freaking such a cool, fantastic fiance who's just so supportive and is just like, just lets me do this. And it's, I couldn't be more appreciative. Let's take a look at the price action, guys. I got on a little tangent there. So, AMC still, okay. A little bit of a dip, came back up. And then who knows what's going to happen here? Is it going to dip again? Or is it going to rip? So we will see what is going to happen. Who knows? Jelani says, hopefully soon you won't be able to work for someone else anymore. Yeah, I don't mind. Here's it. I love my job. I have no complaints is what I'll say. I'll just, no, I'm not going to rant this time. No complaints. Play Hogan, we will all call your boss. Could you imagine the spam? So AMC down 2.83% on the day. I love where it's at. Personally, I feel really good when AMC is above $10. That's just like a comfortable place. Here's it. I always feel good about AMC, but above $10, while of course, who doesn't want it at $50? I'm perfectly fine with it consolidating around there. And I'll say this, even at the dip, whenever it dipped down here to $8.95, granted that was just like probably a few minutes or something. But most of the time, being above 9, I was still perfectly cool, perfectly happy. I really didn't have any complaints about that. So that is that. What platform do you work? So I'm a web developer, actually. Diamond Backhand, welcome, my friend. I'm actually a web developer. So that's what I do. GameStop is still kind of trading sideways on the day. Up almost or down almost a percentage. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with that. Let's see. Some other people were giving me some stocks. Let's take a look at a few of your favorite. Actually, I do want to take a look at the top gainers. I love looking at the top gainers. This is not something to be just to be weary of. Be careful about FOMO. Be careful about chasing stocks. Not financial advice, but I am very cautious. I do not personally like to chase stocks. Some people do chase and it pays them well. Some people chase and they're bag holding badly. So just for me, not worth it. But I like to see who's run up, see if any of my stocks are in here. None of them are currently, but sometimes you do get those stocks like, no way, my stock is running, and it feels pretty good. Here, I also like to see the biggest losers, see if there's any kind of thing. Sometimes, guys, these stocks, they drop for no reason or something, and then they're oversold, and then it's a great way to jump in and get a swing trade, okay, and just ride the momentum back up, okay. Someone's having a good day, because someone sent me this stock the other day. Let's look at the 5-day on this one. This stock has been running. Look at this. This stock, what? This stock on 3/31, which was Wednesday, last Wednesday. The stock was at $3.55, and currently it's at $15. Holy smokes. Buy red, sell green, ape talk. I love it. Hey, good morning, Johnson. Welcome. Jelani, I don't have a timetable for when Rule 801 is going to be released or approved. I think the worst case scenario, and this is again my opinion, I could be wrong, either way, and I think that it could be at the most 4 months. That is really what I think would be the absolute latest for this one. And again, I think they're trying to push these out. Oh, that was you, Diamond? Diamond with the freaking plays every single time. Oh my gosh. Oh, BK Raptor jumped in. ACY, man, sitting very pretty. So as far as this Rule 801 goes, I think they're going to try to pass it as soon as possible. They don't want to be bag holding. They don't. Okay. And again, why would they be bag holding? If Citadel or these hedge funds, if they're like, you know what, we can't afford this, then if they go bankrupt, then the DTCC will be on the hook for the money. And the DTCC doesn't want to be on the hook for however much it costs. Because if let's say if Citadel is like on the fence about going bankrupt, right? And let's say this passes and they like, before they have the opportunity okay, let me paint a few examples. Let's say the Citadel, they're like, you know what, we're going to bring everyone down with us. And they tried, or they run up the price of GameStop, right? Let's say they run up the price of GameStop to $300, $400, right? And then they're like, you know what, whenever we pay, this is going to squeeze, and we're not going to be able to afford the squeeze, blah, blah, blah. Who knows what'll happen? Then they'll try to bring the whole ship down. I don't know. It's, I guess that's a lot of speculation. So I'm sorry about that, but, who knows what's going to happen? I'll just say this. I think that they're going to try to pass this as quickly as possible so they're not bag holding. And I'll just kind of leave it at that. I don't want to get into my crazy examples, because that was a mess. Sorry about that. Okay, AMC. So again, I just want this to be clear. This is my level of support here. It has respected this level of support for a good amount of time. It was a level of resistance for a day. A lot of level of support. Yesterday we did just dip. Today we recovered pretty strong, very strongly. It was just a random day, and I'm okay with that. Recovered very well, very, very well. A little bit of a retracement, but this morning just dipping a little bit. I hope my goal is for it to stay above that $10. What is this at? $10.10 price for this level of support. And as long as it respects this level of support, I think it's going to be just fine. And again, it can dip and then maybe it'll recover. I'm not worried at all. Let's take a look at GameStop. GameStop still, let's go to the 1 day. Still kind of trading sideways. A lot of little action here. I'm going to zoom in so it's a little easier to see, but we can see just hopping up and down, kind of trending downward, I would say. I'm not afraid to say that. And it is at about down about almost 50%, or almost half a percent. Sorry, I was going to say 0.5. I'm a mess. BK Rafter, I love it. BK Rafter bought into this, got a small profit, and is selling. Guys, greed is the worst thing that we can do. Greed pays off sometimes, but you know what? Does it pay off enough? And you know what I could say here is there's a level of support here, theoretically. If we were to draw a very, very rough line like this, we could see a pretty, you know, good level of support. Now, it looks like there is a solid level of resistance almost. It looks like down here is pretty much where it would be at. You know, I know there's here, this is not really touching. So this is an extremely rough placement for this, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens here. Looks like it may even squeeze down. So I'm gonna leave this here, and then I'm gonna remember to check back on this tonight. So we'll check it tonight whenever I'm back streaming. Let's see. Jack says, can anyone tell me which streamer or which YouTuber told people to sell AMC GME? I've seen a few videos, but no one says their name. Oh, I don't know. If anyone has an answer to that, I don't know anyone telling them to sell out. I do actually, this does remind me that I want to warn people about the fake like trades account. I think there's one on Webull. I think there's one on Twitter. And basically they say, I sold out of my positions. Before you guys react to anything, make sure that you've checked the source and done your research. Like, especially if it's like scaring you out of your position, because we had that situation. Oh, I remember. Wait, was this when the incorrect information came out? Yes, this is when those freaking news articles were saying, what did they say? AMC CEO has agreed to release the 500 million shares, which is false. They incorrectly did that. They had, let me see if it's still in here. They had to do a bunch of corrections, correction. Like they had to correct these articles because they were incorrect in their statement saying, no, Trey, I'm sure Trey didn't sell. I don't think Trey would ever sell. They were incorrect in what they said, and look what happened. And not only were they incorrect in saying, hey, what's up, Bobby? Welcome, my friend. And not only did they say that AMC was going to, drop, then Apes got the information. They hopped in my chat in the morning and they said, AMC person said, or AMC CEO said that he's going to release the 500 million shares. Why is he doing this? Causing all the FUD. And then there was on Reddit all day, there were people, there were a lot of people saying, why are they issuing the 500 million shares? And then there were people saying, oh, they're not issuing the 500 million. It was a mess. Absolute mess that caused panic and chaos, caused fear, uncertainty, and doubt, FUD. And this is what you get. But look, people, now it's cleared up. People know, and look where we are. And maybe that's that. They put Seeks. I don't know who Seeks is. Yeah. Again, I just be careful, and don't let people sway you. I can't be swayed. I talk about going to my work, and we talk about the stock stuff at my work, and they don't agree with me. They don't agree with what I feel about AMC and GameStop. They hope I'm right because they like me and they want me to succeed, but they don't necessarily agree with what I'm saying. And you know what? I respect that. I appreciate their opinions. I think they're very smart guys. And but again, I can't be shaken. They can't scare me out of my position. I can't be moved. So, what's your conviction like? Good morning, Mike. Welcome, my friend. Do you think Archegos was a test to see how the market would respond before they went to 801? I'm not sure if it was a test. I think that was almost a case study, or that we could analyze it almost like a case study, or like we could see what's, I think it's very interesting, because let's take a look at what happened to Archegos. Let's look at the 3-month. That's an easier way to see it. Okay. So if you guys are familiar with Archegos, basically they were, they had to fulfill a margin call, to pay like their whatever, they had to liquidate their positions. Okay. This is the opposite of what would happen for Citadel, the opposite. So they would have to cover their short, and whenever they did that, the stock would run. So look how this stock, can we go 6-month? Look what happened to the stock. Just dropped like a sack of potatoes. And again, was this all of that? No. I think there was some information, some people who were forced out of their positions through what are they called? Stop losses, people who got paper hands, they were scared, they sold. So a huge sell-off here. A bunch of crazy stuff happened. And this is what happens during a margin call. Essentially, this is what it looks like happened during the margin call. And it was rallying. It had a good little run. It just fell like a sack of potatoes. Granted, this is over a few days here, but it just continued to fall. And so theoretically, this is my own personal theory. No one's told me this. I haven't heard anyone say this. This is my personal theory, and this could be wrong, but I think that whenever Citadel is going to be, and the hedge funds are going to be forced to cover, that we're going to see this kind of movement in an opposite direction. So it would skyrocket to the freaking moon. And my theory is that not only would it skyrocket, their margin calls, and whenever they have to buy in, it's going to force their margin call higher. I mean, the price higher, which is going to force them another margin call. So it's going to price up. They're going to be margin called. The price is going to go up. They're going to be force their own margin call, essentially, because the price is now higher and they need to cover themselves higher, and then force higher. And that's my opinion. That is what I really think is going to happen personally with this. I'm not in SPACs currently. I haven't done too much research into them. Uncle Bruce has a few that he really, really, really likes, but we'll have to see. So really quick, guys, I do have to start heading to work. Before I go, I want you guys to make sure you guys are sharing this article, making sure you're hitting that up arrow, making sure that you're upvoting it. And we need people to see this. I want to get this trending on the front page of Reddit so that people can see this. Crazy good DD, guys. I mean, like, this guy works so hard to bring this. And not only that, then he had to explain it to my smooth brain, which was not easy. And yeah, it was just such good work, such hard work. I appreciate this guy so freaking much. We did make a video on it. If you in case you don't like reading, I have a hard time reading. No, I'm just playing. But reading it is great. He does a really good job of explaining it, but I want to make sure that I fully understood what was happening. So, and I'm sure a lot of people, I don't really care to read all the DD. Sometimes I just kind of go look for the TLDR and just take someone's word for it. But I think it's important to know what they're doing, why they're doing, and the way it's going. Will you be streaming after work? Diamond, yes, I do plan on streaming today after work. I really do. So yes, that is my goal. Okay, guys, I need to start heading out. It is time. Thank you all for hanging out, watching the stream. I appreciate you guys so freaking much. Be sure to share this stuff. Let's see what it's at currently. I'm going to leave this chat on just for a second so you guys can say bye and chat for a sec, but not bad. Still going up. Here's the video. It's linked in here also. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, taking the time. I'll be streaming tonight from 6 p.m. Central to 9 p.m. Central. And I'll see y'all then. All right. Have a great day. Peace.